So I'm out here in the National Forest, social distancing, and I was actually doing a little looking around for early morels or boletes in our high desert area. Haven't found anything. It's a little too early, but I found something that might be kind of cool, and I wanted to show you guys. When you're out in the woods, just perusing, your environment, you always want to kind of keep your eyes peeled for wildlife, and it'll kind of tell you what's around you. It's really imperative if you're in bear country or where we are. We don't have a lot of bears. We have black bears, but they're very rare and seldom seen. And but we do have mountain lions here, or cougar, and I think they're a little more peskier than bears because those suckers will drag you up a tree. But what's kind of fun is I was walking underneath these fir trees, and I came along some owl pellets right here. So you can see in there's a skull and probably a jawbone right there. Jawbone. So these are owl pellets that have been sitting here for a while, and obviously I've broke down some femurs and things in there. And there's another one over here that I'd show you. This one's got a really good shot of the skull. So, yeah, that's kind of fun and neat. A lot of times what people will do is they'll travel around to barns and farms and stuff and go to out structures and collect these pellets before they've broke down, and they give them to high schools and schools and stuff, just not just high schools, but schools for science, so they can teach people about the digestive systems of birds of prey. So I thought I'd share that with you guys. It's kind of neat. Just obviously he was sitting up in these trees doing his thing and had to give himself a little. I'm always curious to know if a tree falls in the woods, does it make a sound? This was a big old, well, it's not big old, but this was a pretty good sized tree just to uproot itself and take a nap in the woods. The woods out here are strewn with elk camps, remnants of elk camps or places that are camped regularly during all sorts of hunting seasons. And you always know when you find a good elk camp that's used a lot is when they leave the latrine. Yep. A hollowed out round and a nice old seat. Yep. Here's the actual campground. That's to the Forest Service Road, and this pulls off into this area. There's the Xterra. But you can tell, they got themselves a fire ring. This whole area is cleared out really well. I don't know if the Forest Service did it or not, but here's a spot. I'm almost certain that's where they probably hang their deer or their elk, depending on what you get. But yeah, it's a big area. It's a really big area. One thing you can really appreciate about places like this, obviously this is a national forest, and so people are kind of allowed to camp out here without having to pay because it's not a campground. But a lot of places like this are just full of trash, and I found very little trash out here. I have found a few pieces and cleaned those up, but you always know a really dirty place is if the campfire is just loaded with garbage, and this campfire isn't really, it looks like somebody probably actually went through and cleaned it up, but there's no trash around here at all. And even where that latrine was, which was over that way, actually you can see it. Not a very private latrine, but you could see it. It was really clean other than what's in it, which I'd not check, but I'm assuming there's stuff like in there.